Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a little bit. We've been busy hunting, trying to put in as much seat time as we can. It's been kind of hit or miss lately on movement. Weather's really ramped up, so I figured this would be a good time to do some scouting. We went out hunted this morning. It's about 11 o'clock now, November the 11th, and we've had some really good morning sits. Temperatures have been cooler in the morning, but then they warm back up in the afternoon, and then the evening movement's been really slow, so I've elected to stay out of there a couple days now and just let things settle. Some of the bigger bucks, they're showing up on scrapes about 8 o'clock at night, 8 o'clock, so don't want to go in there, leave a bunch of scent behind, and do more harm than good. But I have been getting in the mornings clean, just been kind of bounce around the farm and checking cameras. So today's little mission is going to be going down in this creek bottom spot here. We haven't hunted this season, haven't really even scouted. Got a camera way to the south of this spot, and I saw a pretty good buck this morning cruising that creek line. So we're on the north side now. We do have a west wind today. We're going to slip down there and hang a camera, look for some rubs, scrapes, take you guys along and show you what we're doing. We can find some good sign down there, and we'll talk about some tactics and some things to do during peak rut. We're in it now, so pre-rut's behind us, and it's kind of typically my favorite time of season to hunt. I did have pretty close encounter with my #1 target, so that was good, but since then he's gone dark. Neighboring pressures really picked up, and we need to figure out where he went. So I have a hunch, I got a feeling, just based on some trail camera intel and stuff like that, that he's gone down to this north corner. So fingers crossed, hopefully he's there, and we can figure out a deer stand location and some access and how we're going to get in and out of there. So hopefully he shows up. Alright guys, so a little tip for you this time of year. If you're having trouble locating a buck, like some of those mature bucks are locked down on a doe, I like to kind of change it up, where normally in the pre-rut, like the later portion of October to maybe the first 4 or 5 days of November, if you got really good weather and you're seeing a lot of cruising, I'm hunting like scrapes and thick bedding areas, and sometimes like some micro food plots tucked back in the timber during the afternoons. But when it starts to slow down and you're not throwing bucks at scrapes anymore, and they're bedded down with the doe and they're not moving too much and they're breeding, I try to look for more like transitional spots and like big crossings or cruising areas or pinch points, or areas that funnel deer that does are going to travel down. That way if that buck does get off a doe and he's cruising looking for the next one, he's going to be seeking that security cover, but he might not necessarily be running the downwind side of those bedding areas like he was earlier on. He might just be cruising, crossing trails, and you're trying to set up the best odd spot. The other thing is when it warms up or gets windy or you got a rain day, you got to do what I'm doing today, and you need to be scouting. I know this time of year you feel like you want to be in the tree and want to spend as much time hunting as you can, which I do. I mean, that's perfect if you're on one. Just hang tight, sit all day if you have to, or sit all morning till 1, 2, and then move to an evening food source. But if you're having trouble locating them, highly recommend, like today, fairly windy, very warm, and it's a perfect day to go look for some big rub lines, some cruising areas, and just spots that you think a big buck would be, and take a trail camera with you and set it up. Guys, all the traffic comes out of this timber on this north end, crosses right up here out into the CRP. So I think we're going to use a north wind blowing that way. Park the truck, slip up in this tree right here with that V, give us a little bit of cover. We'll have cover from the grass getting in, and then we'll be overlooking this crossing. Cross right there and then up in. Just set up a Tacticam over this, and we're gonna track in this timber a little bit and look for some rub lines and scrapes and stuff. see if we can't figure out exactly where they're kind of bedding and coming out of there. And we'll know right away if we're too far out of the game, we need to get closer, or if that spot's gonna work. As we push up in here, we're finding some historical rubs. These are old, could be a couple years old, but that's good. Tons of trail systems that come through here and wrap right around and drop in that bank and head to where that camera is. So let's see if we can find some fresh rubs. There's an old one there. Another old one. Another one. So they definitely come from bedding back in here out into the spot, and one would probably be a really good setup. Yeah, see, this is still a rub pine. These are all fresh, not very big, but that doesn't mean anything. Oftentimes you see a lot of little saplings and stuff that rubbed up. It makes it hard to tell if it's a big deer or a small deer, but won't know until you investigate it. You will know though if I get up here to this any larger trees with some big scarring. Those are fresh. Maybe those week or so, there's still shavings on the ground. So definitely, this is a good transition spot. This is what I was talking about, where they're going to be cruising these areas regardless of bedding or not. This is just a travel route. It's a funnel. The creek pinches them down in that corner. So more than likely, they're going to have to cross where they do. They're not going to go all the way down that thing because they want to get up into that field. So use that pinch to my advantage, and hopefully we can find our number one target. November 12th, guy. Temperature's at 33 this morning, but it feels more like 50 out. Wind was supposed to be 15 miles an hour. It's 0. And movement's been pretty slow. Couple does in the morning. And unfortunately, a pack of coyotes has moved through, so if they work across this ridge top, we're just gonna start flinging arrows at coyotes. No sign of my number one target for over a week. Kinda sucks, but he's probably just moving between does right now. Game plan is stick it out this morning. We have a good wind for what little wind we have. It's just falling right off this valley here. Expect all the movement out in front of me, so we'll see. Man, it's been tough season. Had a couple encounters with the good one, but deer numbers are really low. So we're gonna be in building mode. Did see a lot of good 2 and 3-year-olds that made it through EHD, so that's good. We'll have some good prospects coming up, but I guess we'll see what we can find today. It's about 9. We got deer moving across the ridge. said, I was supposed to leave today at noon, but I might cancel my plans and stay here all day. If there's any chance that does on, I do not want to leave this spot. This spot's picked up all morning. Wow, what a good buck. Thanks for tuning in on another episode, guys. We appreciate it. I know this season's been tough for a lot of people around the Midwest just due to EHD, and especially for us, low deer numbers. Lost a lot of our 4 and 5-year-olds. Makes it pretty tough when you put all your eggs in one basket as far as, focusing on one farm. So definitely tough season so far, but we're rolling into late season, and this is the time of year where you can catch up with some really big bucks, and even a lot of times I'll find mature bucks that I haven't seen all year. So we're far from done. We're just getting rolling, and I'm excited to see what comes. So thanks again for tuning in, guys. We'll see you on the next one.